Hey everybody, welcome to the Morphin Grid. I'm Jake.
I'm Josh.
And today we're going to be watching episode 41 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Rita's Seed of Evil. It aired in 1994 at some point. I want to say February something. I looked it up last time we did. Okay, yeah. Let's
We can't lie to you guys. You'll see right through it.
yeah, let's explain what happened. Okay. So, as you have probably figured out, because we said it like a million times in 39, and then I did a little thing in the beginning of 40. We had to redo 39, so 40 was technically recorded before what you heard of 39.
Yeah.
What you don't know is that after we recorded 40, we started to record 41.
Yes.
So we watched it, and then we did the intro, and then huge thunder crash happened, and we're like, we're gonna pause it, and then we're just gonna.
We didn't finish recording.
Then we never finished. But I looked up the date, and it was in February. I think it's definitely 94.
February 23rd, 1994.
Sure.
I have a 1 in 28 chance.
That's
I have a 1 in 28 chance of winning.
133 and a third % chance of winning.
94 a leap year? No.
No.
Yeah. 1 in 28 chance of being right.
Yep. That Leighton, my friend Leighton, would have been 4. 4? 5. Being born in 89 screws all my math up.
5. We've turned 5 that year.
Yes.
Maybe not yet.
So this is take 2, regardless of all that other stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to watch it again. I already have my notes from last time. So it's like
you get to just watch
so
it.
I can just watch it. Some other dude just made the notes for me. That's pretty neat.
Good looking out, past Jake.
Yeah. High five, buddy. So
That's why you're sharing a Coke with yourself today.
I am.
With your BFF.
With my BFF me.
I'm just sharing one with a friend.
A friend? Just
I'm just a bud. I'm just a friend of myself.
Yeah. You're not your best friend.
I'm not my best friend.
Forever. Or a beautiful, fierce female. Who are no more sad. Pause for plane. All right, the plane's gone. So, if you're new here, what we do is we watch an episode of Power Rangers after pausing the recording. I haven't done this in a while. Bear with me. Then we come back. We talk about
This
it.
is your favorite segment. You're goofing it all
Well,
up.
last time, you made sure I skipped it by tricking me.
I didn't do anything.
You did. You tricked me using
How?
brain magic.
I didn't-
And
Maybe I did.
I forgot all about it. And then I don't know if we did it in 40, but we did that like 3 weeks ago. So I don't know. We did 40 before we had a Facebook up. So we're going to go watch it now. We'll be back in about 22 seconds. So I guess it's Morphin time.
Hey, we're back. And we just watched Rita's Seed of Evil. Is it one seed?
One seed.
Rita's Seed of Evil.
There was like a handful of seeds, but only one of them stuck. He was just like hedging his bets on how many
Right.
he planted. So yeah, we just watched that. I didn't have to take notes because Past Jake did that because he's a bro.
He's bro.
Before we get into the episode, morphingrid.tumblr.com. That's our website. You can go there.
Why do you say it like
I
that?
don't know.
I just noticed, but I think you do that every time.
For at least like 30 episodes. Somebody doesn't listen to the podcast.
I don't know who you mean. I think you're talking about Waluigi. Good thing you fired that guy.
Right. Yes, Waluigi definitely didn't. He didn't know anything. So, morphingrid.tumblr.com. Like I said, that's our website. For now, we're working on a new one. Theoretically working on it. So we might have we'll figure out stuff later. But right now, you go to morphingrid.tumblr.com. There's a post about every episode. It should be up to date. All the posts are up there. So there's like cool episode pictures that I think are funny or pertinent that I take a picture of and put the title over.
Yeah, they're all pretty good.
I don't think I've had a bad one yet. There's some where I was like,
The only one, and it's not that I don't like the picture, it's just that we have We're Doomed Part 1, The Boy Wonderful, but not a picture of The Boy Wonderful.
yeah, I might could change it. It's still time.
We can just take a picture of it, too.
Yeah.
We can't change it. That one's up.
39's not up. It's on the...
Went up
It is on the Facebook. the episode is up, but like the
Oh, you didn't put it on Tumblr?
yeah, not yet, because I needed to wait for the feed to thing so I could
No, it's up now.
for the feed to thing. Good words, Mason.
If you do the thing.
Got to do.
No,
the
it's
thing.
up.
Yeah,
It's on iTunes for everybody.
for
Even if
everyone
you
to
don't
listen to.
subscribe to us, which I don't understand.
I mean, why? We come right to you. It's so much less work.
You get the episodes earlier.
Yeah,
Because it's just as soon as they're up.
it's like
Your feed's like, hey, new stuff.
One time it took like 7 minutes,
Right.
and I didn't
And you
know.
panicked.
I did not know what was going on. Earth was ending, but then it popped up, and everyone's fine now. But yeah, and then there's pictures of what Kimberly's wearing, so you know what I'm talking about. This one we are gonna have a good one.
You have a weird one.
it's a weird
But
one.
in that weird one will be a great one of Trini.
Yes.
So, I mean,
Trini
look
figured
forward
it out
to
this
that.
episode. So
if I look forward to that, I mean, you might have just seen it if you got this off of the Tumblr.
right, possibly. So then yeah, you can go to Little Idiots. You can't go to littleidiots.morphingrid@gmail.com.
You can email us there, though.
That yes, you can send emails to that address.
We're going to get this down one of these days.
One of
It'll
these
just be
days.
just be a thing.
Yeah.
We should just record one and you can just splice it into every
It doesn't feel genuine, and because I thought about it, but it just doesn't feel genuine. And I'm not sure I like that. But yeah, send us emails. We love them. We don't get a whole lot. Shame on you. We're on Twitter @MorphinGrid if you want to send tweets there. Tweets.
Their tweets.
Yeah, I know. I said twits because I was like, if you want to send a Twitter, that's not how it goes either. I don't know what's wrong with me today, guys. Buckle up.
I'm tired, so you're like contact tired.
I'm contact tired. So yeah, send tweets to us.
I'm going to interrupt your spiel.
Go ahead.
This is the second time we're watching this episode. The first time I fell asleep
Yes.
while we were watching it. This time it exhausted me.
It's
really weird.
It's-
I'm glad that we're going to be past it after this.
yeah. It's really low key and really standard. Like
It's just like, let's make an episode
Yeah.
of Power Rangers right
and
now.
like the unmorph stuff isn't even fun
it's
enough.
not exciting
yeah,
at all.
to balance it out. So like, it's kind of weird. We'll talk about it when we get there. Oh Lord, @MorphinGrid on Twitter. Tweet us there, please. I'm trying to get through this. I don't know what to do. And we're on Facebook now. Facebook.com/TheMorphinGrid. It's a neat place. Josh handles all that. So if you hate it, talk to
Yeah.
him about it. Also, we're on iTunes. If you want to leave us a rating or review, at the current moment, we got 3 5-star reviews.
Yes, I checked this morning. We're still at 3.
Josh did a Google a while ago. And as I mentioned before, that Google said that if we... I like calling it a Google. I don't know why. And that Google said that if we get 5 ratings, that creates an aggregate score. That's enough to figure out
It'll give us an average.
an average, yeah. And that if you guys give us good reviews, 2 more, just 2 more good reviews, and then we'll lay off a little bit. We won't stop, but we'll lay off.
Yeah, we just really want to get
A real rating.
like an average,
Yeah.
and then we can be featured in things, and then like more people see us, which is more reviews, which is more featuring, which is more people seeing us, which is more reviews, which is more featuring,
Ad
and then
forever.
it just goes on forever,
Yeah.
and then we become super popular, and
People will
like you can either be excited because now we're famous, or you can hate us because now we're famous.
because we're famous now.
Depends on who you are. As a
You can
person.
either be excited, like when I found out that the Astronautilus show was sold out before I got my ticket. I was bummed because I didn't get a ticket, right?
Right.
But Andy sold out a show in Boston, which is not traditionally
He
one
sold
of
out
his
London
towns.
twice on this last tour.
Yeah, man, he sells out like anywhere he goes in Europe. Sells out every night. But like when he started picking up speed, I was like, oh man, awesome. And then you could also go the route of Fall Out Boy fans, circa their second album. From Under the Cork Tree, where they were like, Fall Out Boy's sold out because now everyone listens to him and not just me.
Isn't that the point of doing a thing?
That's the point, right? Yeah, you want people to like it. And like, I mean, look, I'm not going to forget about you guys. I'm not going to get too big for my britches.
no. We've peaked. Like the last episode,
Don't say we peaked.
Not peaked.
Bring it down.
I don't mean peaked, but I mean the last episode we recorded, episode 39.
We hit a jump. We boosted.
It's like we just figured it out. We just sat, and I think the bonus episode helps because we just sat and talked, and that helped us like figure
Right.
out a rhythm. So like I don't mean we peaked, but I mean like this is what the Morphin Grid is going to be from now on. Like
Yeah, I
even-
don't expect a
like,
formula change or anything.
we
I mean,
might get
like
we
we're
might have
rambling
to
right now, obviously, but like
we might have to like throw an ad in there.
yeah, but it'd be an ad for something that's cool. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna turn into Chris Jericho about it. where he like it's 20 minutes of.
Yeah, I
minutes of
started
ads.
listening to his podcast. It was supposed to be Paul Heyman and Edge, and like 15 minutes in, and he was still just talking about
It takes
nothing.
about 20 minutes before he stops talking about BarkBox, which is like Loot Crate but for your dogs. I'm completely serious.
No, I know. There's a subscription box service for basically
pretty much everything. And the only cool one is IndieBox. But
Loot Crate seems cool, but I don't like enough of the stuff that it would.
yeah,
send
but every
me.
month you get like a box full of new crap that if you don't like it, what do you do with it? Number one, and like now you just have a bunch of more stuff. Like
Right.
I accrue things pretty frequently as is, but like IndieBox, like hey, here's a game. Anyway, this is all probably
All right, we
later.
need to.
Anyway.
Yeah, we need to talk about this.
Let's
episode.
okay, but before we talk about it, one last thing. We did a bonus episode a couple weeks ago. If you're listening to this in the very far future, it's down. You can find it on the Tumblr. Just go to morphingrid.tumblr.com/tag/bonus, and it will show up. Any bonus episodes we do will be tagged to that, so you can find it there. But the cool thing about it is that we got some feedback,
Yeah.
and we got this from Chris, aka @CMStrike on Twitter, and then Gary Bingaman. I don't know Chris's last name because it just says Chris on
Just
Twitter.
says Chris,
so,
right.
And I love the name Bingaman so much. I'm just going to say.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. One of my friends from high school, I can't call her anything but Cat Harris. I can't just call her Cat. I've known her since I was like 11. And she's Cat Harris. So get used to that, Gary. But yeah, they both enjoyed it. Gary had some suggestions for other bonus episodes I think would be really neat. I think maybe once a month we'll try to put out a bonus episode.
That seems
We're not going
fair.
to promise anything, but like I think once a month just to like
Yeah.
recharge our batteries, we can just talk about Power Rangers for, without like any strings attached. Like we have to talk about the episode. We don't have to because this is our podcast. This is what we choose to do. But
Right.
but we talk about the episode. That's our
Yes.
bread and butter. And I think once a month being able to like just talk about Power Ranger toys or like.
Just any Power Ranger related things. Like as more movie news comes out, we'll probably do an episode each time.
Yeah, like when they start casting,
Yeah.
get ready because
Probably save that until we get all 5/6
yeah,
of the castings, and
Right.
then we'll do one big one instead of each
Big
time.
one.
But yeah,
maybe before they start doing that, we'll do a Dreamcast. I don't know if you're into
so you go
actors enough.
Dreamcast. I never had one.
I didn't have a Dreamcast either.
I mean, we can do it, and I can just feed off of you. I don't know actors like you do.
Right.
So
That's my point. But yeah, I mean, we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
But like, Gary said we should do one about toys, and I had 1 million Power Ranger toys. But
I know I had a lot of Power Rangers, just like stuff in general, like
Yeah.
a lunchbox and a shirt and pants. I had like Power Ranger Zubas.
I had Power Ranger Windbreakers. There's a picture online. We'll put on the Tumblr.
I'll see. see
Slash
if my mom
Facebook.
has that picture of me in my entire, and it's like a Power Ranger sweatshirt and like Power Ranger Zubas. I'm holding up 2 Power Ranger action figures
He's a winner.
because I'm the best.
You did it. Waluigi #1.
Coolest guy in the room.
You get it. So we're gonna talk about Power Rangers now because it's been 20 minutes to us. Hopefully, I cut that down to a reasonable amount to you guys. Also, I still kind of have a cough. It only shows up when it's inconvenient, so I apologize in advance for that. So we start off in the science class room. I don't know if it's different than any
We're
other
in the
class.
classroom, but it's after class, right?
I don't think it's after class yet.
Is this Miss Appleby's classroom?
I don't think so.
Isn't she the English teacher?
Yes.
Okay.
But Mr. Kaplan is teaching this.
He's the
He's
principal.
the principal. Why isn't he teaching
My
science?
principal never taught any classes.
My principal didn't do a whole lot.
No, I barely saw him. It was the vice principal who did all like the principal stuff.
The vice principal did all of the disciplinary stuff at my school.
Yeah.
No one liked any of the vice principals. They're all the worst. And then the principal was just like a guy who was there,
Yeah.
who had a different office than the vice principal, and he spoke at things, didn't really do anything.
Well,
I mean, I'm sure they do a lot. If you're a principal
Yeah,
and you're
it's
listening to
the
this,
same
email
thing,
us.
like-
Tell me what you do for a living. Tell me how to principal.
like with store managers that seem like they don't do anything and they just sit in their office, but they're doing all of the like
Stuff nobody sees.
all the behind the scenes
Yeah.
stuff. Like they're running the store by like assigning hours and like doing all the weird
Yeah.
stuff that like just nobody else can do.
Right.
And I guess that's what a principal does.
But being this low on
they
the
like
ladder,
delegate
like,
out salary or whatever. I don't know.
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm sure they do a lot. It's
Anyway, this one teaches science.
just, this one also, or is in a no. It's for a grade. It's not a club, so it's definitely a class.
It's definitely for a grade.
So they're they're building trees, molecule by molecule. They gotta harvest them from another planet, put them together down here on Earth. They're growing trees.
Yes.
They're little saplings, and right immediately you can tell this is going to be a very environmentally themed episode. This is going to be like just shy of a Captain Planet episode, just from
Like,
how it
sorta.
starts.
It doesn't really do anything.
It starts this way, and there's like a lot of like it will give us clean air and shade and all this other cool stuff.
Right,
But then
okay.
like immediately it's like evil monster, fight it.
Fight it in your giant machine.
That's solar powered.
It is solar
Right?
powered.
It's
I
environmentally
mean,
friendly.
That was in that episode.
Yeah,
He's fought at night since, I think.
yeah. I think it's more of an eclipse that drains it. I don't know. They play fast and loose with their rules. So Bulk and Skull come in. They're like, we have trees too, and they're way cooler than yours. So they bring out a couple trees, and they're like pretty nice looking trees.
They're bigger.
Yeah.
This book's like, they're better than the little toothpicks you got.
Yeah. So then Kimberly walks up, fishes the price tag off of it. It's like something Arboretum. I don't know.
She basically just says 100% plastic 1995.
Yeah.
Like, that's
They-
the price, not the year.
Right. They were just shy of there. And then she has a really quality knot because she's like, oh yeah, these are great trees. Not like it's not forced.
Right.
It is like the quintessential 90s knot.
Yes.
So if you haven't seen the episode in a while, just check it. It's like 2 minutes in. Just check it out on Netflix
Yeah.
or on YouTube. You can find it. Guys, you're smart. I believe in you. So we jump up to the moon where everyone is yelling. I don't think I've noticed this before, and I'm sure this is how it's just been the whole time, but like Rita and Goldar do not have inside voices.
They don't talk.
They just yell.
Yep.
And they're yelling at each other about Occuplant. They're gonna send
Octoplant.
Squadan. I thought it was You're right. Octoplant makes more sense because it's kind of like an octopus. And Occu means eye.
I have an idea of what it is like, and we'll talk about it when it blooms.
Okay. So I know exactly what it is when it blooms.
No, but it reminded immediately when I saw it, I was like, that's this thing.
Okay. So he's like, I'm gonna send Squat down. And Squat will plant seeds of evil. Or destruction or whatever the title was.
Evil.
I probably said destruction at the top of the show. And I apologize.
Maybe it was destruction. Now I don't know. Whatever.
I can
You
check.
guys know.
I can check, but I'm not gonna. So
We'll put the right name in the episode description.
yeah, definitely. He's like, we'll plant the seeds of evil and it'll destroy the earth. It'll grow and it'll wrap itself around the earth and crush it to death. Like Xena on top, putting a dude's head between her thighs.
This
and
is a
popping
good-
it like a.
This is a good time to
Yeah,
mention
line.
this. This is the first episode with ZU2 footage.
It is, and you can kind of tell.
Because it looks like Rita and Scorpina.
Are
Spoilers.
saying the
Scorpina
words.
is in this episode.
Yeah, I mean at this point, it's not really spoilers.
She
just
might
like-
have come up.
I think she might
But
be there. I don't
but yeah, it
remember.
looks like their mouth is saying the English words,
instead of just
and
like
they just have the
Yeah.
English voice actors going over it, so it like just isn't.
yeah, they did a
matched up.
lot of stuff like that for ZU2. They did like they changed it so Zach, the Black Ranger, was like the funny one,
right? Because it was the Blue Ranger.
Because it was the Blue Ranger in Jew Ranger. So like they're like, oh, they changed that, and then later on,
Trini still morphs into a boy though.
a slimmer boy at least. It's not because like Boy, who is the Yellow
Who is the-
Ranger, is like this tank of a man. He's like this big dude.
Yeah,
Not super big, but like
I know, but like noticeably
bigger than Trini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
I'm bigger than Trini. She's a tiny girl.
she could kill you though.
Oh yeah.
There's a funny thing that happens during the putty fight that I really enjoy. But then they did later on spoilers when Tommy comes back. Did I mention we're not a spoiler-free podcast? I feel like we should.
41 episodes in, just so you guys know,
Just so
we're
you guys
not
know,
spoiler.
there's gonna be spoilers for a show that happened 20 years ago. I can't. It's unavoidable. I can't do it.
Because we can't talk about things without talking about things that happen later.
Right.
Sometimes we just have to.
So, yeah, it happens. I mean, we don't have the willpower to avoid it. Like,
Plus, you know Tommy
Digimon
comes
rewatch.
back. If you're a Power Rangers fan, you know he's the White Ranger.
right, but he comes back as a Green Ranger, and there's a lot of like pink Green Ranger stuff in the more footage. So like
Yes.
they did that too. Like it's a lot of cool stuff. I don't know how they did it though. I don't know if it was like
I was wondering that while we were watching this. I'm like, are there like 20 episodes, 20 lost episodes of Jurenja out there?
I think it's just
Like-
footage. Like I think it's just monster footage. Like there's nothing with like the Rangers because they were
Right.
filming Die Ranger at the time. Like they had
Right.
moved on. And like, was it like here's a script, film this, or were they like plant
Like,
monster?
Film a bunch of monster fights and send
Yeah,
them to us,
and then just
we'll
we'll
write a
figure
script.
it out, and then we'll write a script. We'll send it back. You can film some stuff with the lady who plays Pandora. You know, doing flipping the
Right.
matches around. Anyway, but I mean, back to the episode, and we'll talk about ZU2 as it goes on. I'm gonna do a little bit more research. I only looked at one thing on the Power Rangers wiki. I just looked at the article on that, so like, I know a little bit.
Right.
Probably not more than any of you guys do, but
Right.
so they go to the park to plant the seeds, the little trees,
Yes.
and there is a song playing because they hired a new band to do a bunch of music.
They basically, it's 1994, right?
They hired the Butthole Surfers.
They sat in a garage with a sign that said, only bands from 1994 need apply.
Yes.
And then this is what we got.
Yeah.
Because this is the most 90s band.
This is like it's the most 90s band that's like underground but trying to be mainstream.
yeah.
Because Buffy the Vampire Slayer is one of my favorite shows. For the first couple seasons, they had like, actually I think they did it all the way through the end, but it was more prevalent in the first couple seasons. There was like a club, an all ages club, which maybe was a thing in California in the 90s. I don't know, but like there'd be bands playing, and it was always like super alternative, like
Right.
bands that like you would not hear about otherwise, and they don't sound anything like this band. But this band kind of sounds like it wishes it was the Bare Naked Ladies.
This band
know.
has a name. I'll look it up.
Oh, it's the Mighty Morphin Power Band.
Are you being real?
I have no idea.
No. But they like all of the new fight themes and everything. It's like all just this band. This band is like, I think they just worked for Power Rangers.
Yeah, and this song is. Let me see if I can get it. I don't remember the first part, but it keeps going. Go girl,
It's like
you
it's
have
like,
to grow, girl.
It's like plant the seeds and go, girl. But like
It's really
only
weird.
two of them are girls.
And it was like there's a montage, and then this song is playing. It's really weird. I hope this song comes up again when like it just like at any half appropriate moment. Like anytime they're doing something, I just want this song to pop up because we only heard 2 lines of it, really.
It's the same band that does the theme song.
Why did they wait till 41 episodes in to start doing goofy songs?
I think. Give me a second here. It's Ron Wasserman.
Wasserman.
It's a W. Pronunciation differs from where you live.
I'm pretty sure it's Wasserman.
Genre: heavy metal, power metal, thrash metal. I don't really think so.
94 thrash metal. Thrash is in the skateboard magazine. That kind of metal. Everybody wants to know who this band is.
I don't know. We'll have to do... I don't want to research the whole thing now because we're just eating up air. I'll let you know next episode.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll find it out by then. So they're doing things that are like friends planting plants. Like Zach is scooping out a little thing and Trini's filling it up.
Right.
And then like they're just like, I don't know, they're just doing goofy stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna do What Was Kimberly Wearing? Part 1, because this is a 2-parter. Part 1 is like...
I don't even remember part 1 because part 2 was just...
It's just so goofy that it
so
overrode.
bizarre.
Part 1 is a dress. Not really appropriate for planting seeds. Or planting... I keep saying seeds. They don't plant any seeds.
They plant saplings.
They plant saplings. This dress is like really pale pink. Like it's like almost white. It's really cute. It's super cute. But like...
Oh, doesn't she have a headband on now,
yes.
too? Yeah.
And bike shorts, because she knows she's going to be kicking people today.
Right.
She doesn't want to, flash everybody. she's a lady.
Right.
But I mean, maybe if you know you're going to plant saplings, jeans
Jeans and a t-shirt.
like shorts, like I don't know. Just I feel like this could get dirty easily. Like then you have to dry clean it, and then they might burn it, and then you have another terrible day. You know. But part 2 is at the very end of the episode, and it's really weird. It's exceptionally weird. I don't think I've ever seen a human being wearing what Kimberly wears at the end of this episode. So, stay tuned.
Yep.
Okay, so Squad teleports down as they're walking away. Also, Bulk and Skull are like, we're going to steal those and plant them somewhere else. And then by doing that, we'll get a good grade. And they won't. No one will put together the fact that they're missing ones, and we planted 5 instead.
My problem with this plan is that they're so... English has failed me.
Cavalier.
No, but they're like so determined to cheat that they're willing to do more work
Then just putting a
than
plant,
just planting a tree.
planting a
Like,
tree.
they could just plant a tree instead of having to undig, steal
They
these
could-
ones, move them, and then plant them. They could just plant their
They
own.
could buy a sapling,
Yeah.
like a good one, and plant it. This is what like a weird. Okay, so earlier we talked about how this episode was super standard. It's really formulaic and it's not very exciting. Not a lot happens.
Yeah.
and I don't enjoy the Bulk and Skull stuff, which they focus on rather than focusing on the Power Rangers, like the unmorphed Power Rangers stuff.
Right.
And it doesn't feel right. The episode just feels kind of wonky. Like they're like, we
Yeah.
have freedom now. We can do whatever we want, and then they made this. You know, like
Right.
because they still had footage. Because whenever they don't have footage to work with, when they have nothing to go on, it gets weird. Island of Illusion Part 1 is a perfect example of that.
Right.
But like, then they have footage that they requested, and it's just not great. I don't know.
Whatever. It was their first try.
Yeah,
knows?
maybe next time it will be better. We'll see. So Squat has determined that he's going to be Squatty Appleseed and plant these evil seeds, which are marbles, by the way. They look like marbles, and then on the ground they look like really big glass Fruity Pebbles.
I didn't really see what they looked like.
I just noticed it because it was like it bothered me when he dropped them. I'm like, that's really.
Does he
weighty for
plant them
seeds.
in the saplings?
It
Or does he just
no,
plant
he-
them?
there's like an extra hole because like they just got super hype.
Right.
Because Trini only dug that one hole to fill up
Zach's in.
It's not actually for her tree. So they bump into Bulk and Skull on their way to do crime. And Bulk and Skull freak out because there's a blueberry warthog monster.
Yes.
And they run away.
They run away. Let me stop you right
Okay.
there.
Yes.
I didn't get a good look at Skull because I couldn't stop looking at Bulk.
Right. I know why.
He's got like his regular upper body attire,
a purple
like
T-shirt and a
purple
leather
t-shirt
jacket.
and a leather jacket, and he goes down into jean shorts
Yep.
with tights under them.
Yeah, like leggings.
Yeah.
Like I've seen girls wear this now.
Yeah.
It took 20 years to catch on, but it did.
Why is Bulk wearing that?
I don't have an answer.
Is that his like gardening attire?
It's just
It's weird.
I don't know if it's like one of those things where like leggings used to be for guys. Because like, why would they?
Because there's a
It looks
scene-
like he's wearing thermals. Like he's
yeah,
like he's
but
wearing
it's
thermals.
like hot outside.
It's in California.
Like
And it's November, but like, is it November or it's February? But is it February to them? I don't know.
I don't think so.
February is gloomy in California. It's
Yeah.
the only time there's some cloud cover.
It's always sunny in Angel Grove.
Yes, unless it's
Unless it's raining.
raining.
And then they just turn the white balance down.
Yes, and they have thunder clouds and they shake cookie sheets outside the windows. So they run away and they lock themselves in a porta potty. This is
It's the safest place to hide from an alien.
obviously well, they don't know what porta potties are. They would never check in there. But this is where they're going to stay for the rest of the episode. I don't like it.
Expect a lot of subtle poop jokes.
Yeah, and not so subtle poop jokes. Like Skull just straight up saying, "I have to go to the bathroom," or "I have to go."
They never come right out and say poop.
No,
Like, he just says, I have to go. They never even say bathroom.
right. But you get
It's
it.
weird.
It is kind of weird.
Why
It's
would
probably.
they're in a portable bathroom?
I think it's one of those weird like, like standards and practices
It
things.
says toilet on the door.
But you can't say you're going to poop on a kid's show, like in 90s
Right.
sport. You know, like
Right.
like there's things like that. Like standards and practices like has a lot of weird rules. Like I don't know of any off the top of my head, but I just know that there's a lot of weird ones where like you can show certain things, but you can't show other things, and you can say things, but you can't say other things. It doesn't make any sense. It's a weird holdover from a bygone era that like
Right.
it's just like still around because those people don't want to give their jobs up.
Right.
It's a cushy job going, I don't like that. You have to change it now. Because I said so. Mr. Standard.
Moving right along.
Right along. There's a putty fight. They see squat. Not skull. They see squat. Power
Yeah.
Rangers do. And they go, that's squat. What's squat doing over here? I bet he's up to no good.
Squat, who's just like giggling at himself as he
While
buries
he
these
plays in
seeds.
the dirt.
It's the best squat that
That is a pretty good squat. And then they're about to go like confront him and probably just start kicking his face.
Jason's like, let's go. Like,
Let's
ready
go.
to just punch him to death.
I want to hurt that dude because I don't like him. But instead, putties attack. A lot of putties. Like 13 putties.
Yeah. Probably 10. 2 putties per Power Ranger.
It looked like there was like 4 on everyone at one point. I don't know. But there's
Well, they just turn around.
this is the
depending on who
first
the
putty
camera's
fight
on.
that I can remember in a while. Maybe it's just because we haven't watched it in a while.
Maybe.
Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not qualified to comment on that.
There-
It's been too long.
No, you know what? There was one in 39, I think.
Probably. There's usually a putty fight.
Yeah. It just felt like it's been a long time. And it's a good putty fight.
It is.
So there's a lot of weird kung fu editing. Like after everyone gets one moment where they knock putties down and they pose and it zooms in on their face.
Yes.
Being like, karate! Look at what they did. And everyone gets one and they look cool. Except Trini's. Because Trini,
Billy didn't look cool. He stepped in a bucket. I don't know why there was a bucket in the park.
they were gonna go get water
And like,
to water their plants.
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll buy that. And then like he uses it to fight.
Well, they
but
said that.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Maybe I fell asleep for a second.
It's all right. Don't worry.
He uses it to fight the putties, but like, it just looks weak. I didn't like Billy's part of this fight.
Billy's bucket kata.
Yeah.
I like it in theory, not
I like
so much
the
in
idea
practice.
of it, but like I don't know. He could have done cooler stuff with that
Because
bucket.
I like Billy fighting with tools, you know, because like he's
Yeah.
a smart guy. He's gonna fight with what is around him, not just punch
But like
and
he just
kick
hit him with the bucket. He didn't like put it over their head and then like just push him over or something.
Right. It was just he just
he
had
didn't
a
use it in a smart way. He just hit putties with it.
Yeah, that's why in practice it was not as good.
All his shots were really weak looking.
Yeah,
Anyway, back
it's
to
Paige
Trini.
Turner over here.
Nobody gets that, but you.
If
and me.
you are a wrestling fan in Texas, that joke was probably hilarious to you. Or you go, oh yeah, she does hit kind of soft, doesn't she?
that time she pushed an encyclopedia.
And it killed Miss Dyslexia. I don't. Anyway, the Trini moment on that her freeze or push in, I guess, is she like knocks a putty over. Like she does a split.
She does a split, and a putty went to crossbody her and jumped over her because she did a split. So she
Yeah.
went down and hit another putty.
Yes, and then she gets up and like looks sheepish and
like-
shrugs her
and just
shoulders.
like kind of shrugs a little
She's
bit. She
like-
looks pretty cute.
She's like,
adorable.
"Oops," and she walks away to go murder another putty.
yeah,
'Cause
she's
that's-
the cutest killer
She's
like-
a super cute murder weapon.
because she's so like you goofy putties, but like she murdered them.
Yeah, they're dead now. Those putties are dead now. So the putties disappear, and then the earthquakes. And of course, because Rita's behind this earthquake, they know Rita's behind this earthquake. The only time they don't consider Rita an option is when it's just a regular earthquake,
right.
which is weird. But at least it's consistent.
Yeah.
I will give it that. So they teleport to the command center. Alpha starts running a search on where this thing is coming from, and Jason's like, "Let me go back to the park so I can see if I can find out what
Don't
Squat
they
was
know
doing
they
there."
saw Squat Planet? How do they not know
They didn't
where
see
it
him
is?
plant it. They just saw him hunched over, and they're like, "What is he doing?"
Okay.
And they were talking about putties.
That should be the first place that they looked, though.
Well, it is because Jason goes, "I'm gonna
Right.
go check because I bet whatever Squat was doing had something to do with it." It's like, well,
right.
obviously, but good thinking, Jason. Good for you.
Yeah.
And then Jason teleports down, and he looks at a couple trees for a second, and then immediately Zordon's like, Jason, the search came back that Rita did a thing in the park because they knew that Squat was there, so that's where they started their search. That's where the epicenter of the search was. It had to be because he teleported down strictly to get caught by this thing. Like, that's why he was down there, so he could get caught first. Like, he's walking through the park after Zordon says it. He's like, all right, I'm going to find it. And he sees it immediately. It's just purple lightning coming out of the ground. And Jason touches it, and it hurts him because it's purple lightning shooting out of the ground.
Yeah.
The other way that he could have figured out which one was the evil planted section is just listen to it, because if you listen to the Power Rangers in episode 38, the evil ones all went, heh, 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 heh. I bet this plant was doing the same thing. Just sitting under there, heh, 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 as it starts growing. But then he turns around. I think maybe that's when Zordon calls him.
I don't,
because he's not looking at the plant when it hatches.
Zordon calls him before he touches it, for sure.
Because it's evil down there. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna touch it anyway.
Yeah, Zordon's like, we found the evil, and then Jason goes to the evil.
But then he turns around for some reason, and the plant springs out.
Yes, there's vines from, like, wherever.
Evil
not
roots.
coming from where this plant is.
Jason even says, because he's being attacked by two giant tentacle...
They're vines. We're going to call them vines.
Vines. Giant vines. And he's like, where are all these plants coming from? Because, like, there was only the one spot where the seeds were. So, like, unless they, like, hatched downwards, I don't know. Seeds don't hatch.
They don't.
I don't know why I keep saying that. They sprouted downwards and then, like, came up and around to, like, flank him. I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird. Okay, like I said earlier, I didn't take these notes that I'm looking at. I mean, I did.
You did, but not
past Jake
you
did.
didn't.
This present incarnation of Jake did not. So I have notes that I'm sure this is Rita saying, or Goldar saying something, because I tend to write Goldar's stuff in all caps, and this is in all caps. And it just says, Jason's friends have saved him, for now. Did that happen?
I don't remember
Or did
that.
I just think that and write it down? Because there's quotation marks around it. Because they come down.
Oh, because he morphs.
Yeah. To stop these plants.
We need to talk about this.
The terrible matching on the...
No, because he morphs, right?
Right.
Because he's being attacked now by a monster. So he's like, that's escalated, I'm doing it.
You're right.
And he morphs. And then it cuts back to the command center. Does he fight it for a little bit by himself?
Yeah, he starts like trying to swipe at it. He never actually tries to cut it. Like,
he has his sword the whole time.
He has his sword out, but he never actually takes a swing.
It's weird. Anyway, we go back to the command center, and I think Zordon might just be like, go help him. So then the rest of them morph.
Yep. Out of order.
Out of order. Because Jason is at the end.
Right.
Tyrannosaurus is the last one.
Yes.
So he's gone. And, like,
that
that messes up the last two. Because now we have Mastodon Pterodactyl. So far, so good.
Right. Mastodon, Pterodactyl, Triceratops, Saber-tooth tiger.
But instead we get Saber-tooth tiger, Triceratops. So Billy is the last one that morphs.
Billy is the leader now. Due to the law of chromatic superiority. Blue
because
is stronger.
To me, the hierarchy was always red, black, blue, yellow, pink.
Well, that's
the
very
way,
sexist.
That's just the way that it is to me.
There's no way.
There's no real hierarchy. That's just the way,
There's no way. I want to talk to 7-year-old Josh, who thought of this.
Let me bring him out. Oh, okay. I'm here.
There's no way that Billy is more in charge than Trini is.
No, there's not.
There's no way.
Obviously, I came up with this years ago.
I understand it, because when you're a kid,
right,
like, you're not as cultured in the ways of know, gender bias and all that, and so you just go boys first, then girls, because that's how your brain is. But there's literally no way that Billy would be like, I'm going to take charge of this. And then Trini would be like, sit down, grandson.
Trini's like, not yet.
Not yet.
They got to knock me out before you're in charge.
Once I'm dead, then you get...
I would probably now put Trini over Zach.
It goes, because Zach is like...
Zach's not a leader.
Zach did lead one episode that we talked about.
Did he?
A while ago. It was like episode 11 or something. I don't remember. Right. Maybe it was Happy Birthday, Zach. But, like, he's the one who had the plan going in.
Mm.
I think it was Happy Birthday, Zach. And it wasn't I don't remember what episode it was. I don't think it was Happy Birthday, Zach. Was it?
Just figure it out. Just keep talking about it.
I was trying to figure out. But what he does is he skips the whole, is the fight escalated? He just goes straight to morphed. Because Zach's like, I don't have time to follow the rules.
Right.
Trini would still follow the rules, but like give people like a list of things they needed to do to win immediately.
Right.
You know, like I think she's a more effective leader, but
she's
Zach
probably a more effective leader than Jason.
Jason's just louder.
Yeah. That's just the way that like the color hierarchy worked for me.
Right. I've always liked yellow. That's like that's my favorite color.
My favorite color is blue, and I put him right in the middle.
Right.
Because Billy was just like a middle guy.
He's a middle guy.
Scott Silverman of Power Rangers.
That's a joke that literally nobody else will get. And don't worry about it.
They will someday.
You will someday. All in due time. Earlier, Jason can't get the plant because he morphs, right? He's getting strangled by vines. They come down. They attack him.
Mm-hmm.
Jason's friends have saved him for now, I guess. I don't remember that happening.
I don't remember that either.
So earlier they said the seeds are protected by a force field. As soon as they beat this monster back, they grab a shovel and start trying to dig it up.
Right.
So this is a force field weak to shovels.
It only keeps out the Power Rangers.
Right, but not the shovel.
But not the shovel.
Makes a crazy kind of sense. So we jump up.
That's Rita's mentality. Is like make it Power Ranger proof.
Yeah, she puts all of her energy into that. Doesn't think about things like shovels or like other people screwing up her plans. So we go back up to the moon where they're about to ruin everything. Goldar, Scorpina, go stop them. So they jump down. I
just remember the thing Scorpina says.
A little bit later, yeah. So Scorpina and Goldar are fighting, and it's all the while this thing is growing underground. Like it looks like a giant onion.
Yes.
Growing underground, just lighting up, pulsating, and then we cut back and they're fighting. And there's this one point, and it's my favorite thing that happens in the episode. Goldar and Scorpina are about to like murk the Power Rangers. Scorpina looks over at Goldar and winks at him. Super cute,
right?
They're just like flirting mid-battle. They jump and they cross their swords, and then like a laser beam shoots out of that. That's stronger than if they would have just done it by themselves, I guess. I just like that she takes the time to like just.
It's weird because this is new source footage, but it still follows like the canon of the old source footage.
Yeah,
and that Scorpina and Goldar are married.
Yeah,
but like they're not in ours.
Right. They're just like co-workers in ours.
Yeah.
So then they're like, give up now. And this is the thing that we were just talking about. Scorpina calls Jason chum.
Give up now, chum. She says it like just like that.
Yeah. Is she Adam West Batman? Like they just figure out they get Cable on the moon, right?
That makes me think that like maybe they're not saying the actual words in the new footage.
Right.
And like they had to voice match just weird lip movements.
It's like that looks like chum.
That looks like she said chum. So I'm gonna say that.
How did you get that? I just guessed. It looks like chum. And they're like, I think you're right. I think it does look like chum.
She calls him chum sarcastically.
Right. They're not really chums.
Yeah.
They're not like bowling together.
Other things that chums do.
Whatever else chums
Play
do.
Bridge.
Or my mind just keeps coming back to tobogganing. I don't want it to become a thing. Tune into episode 39 for a surprisingly detailed history on tobogganing.
We're weird. We're weird guys.
We're weird guys, and we're glad that you're taking this ride with us. So, Octoplants is about to hatch.
About to bloom.
About to bloom. I keep saying hatching because I don't know why. I got no reason. I got no answer for you. So it blooms, and it's literally Lilymon from Digimon. It's the ultimate form of Palmon.
I didn't go there, but I mean, I know you're right because you know about Digimon. I don't. I didn't go there because that's a thing I don't know.
It's a little more masculine.
He came out or she came out.
It's a girl, but it looks like a dude.
I was like, oh, that's a Mega Man boss. That's Octoplant Man.
This is Octoplant Man, yeah. Well, it could just be Plant Man.
It could just be Plant Man.
Because like it doesn't have any Octo stuff.
It just has a lot of vines, but like not necessarily 8.
Yeah.
So I don't
know.
Octoplant's just a weird
Tentaplant maybe wasn't on the table. They want to stay away from tentacles.
Yeah, they should.
Tendril plant. I don't know. Anyway, it looks like Lilymon, and this is the second time that they've done this thing where there's a monster, and I'm pretty sure they reversed the gender of it. Because if you'll remember in the episode, I don't remember what number it was, but the episode was Morning Your Lunch. I think it was 35, 30, 34 maybe. But there was our episode was Morning Your Lunch. The episode was A Yoke's on You. There's that monster, right, who's like a Dick Tracy villain, but a fish, who I'm pretty sure is a girl in the source footage, but they made a boy in this one. This is the opposite of that, because I'm pretty sure that Octoplant is supposed to be a boy, but because it's kind of wearing a skirt, they gave it a girl voice.
Right. I'm looking at pictures of Lilymon now because I was curious.
It's basically Lilymon.
This is a Digimon. It's a person.
Yeah, the ultimate form is like more person.
I don't like that.
Except for like...
I don't think Digimon's for me.
Except for like a Kakumon. You're wrong. Well, you like Pokemon.
No, you're right. I do.
Ugh. Digimon is very clearly the superior cartoon.
I'm not arguing that. I just don't. I don't know. I don't like it when they turn into people.
It's way later. It's like a thing. Not all of them do that. Just watch a show. Just
pretty cute cosplays though. Anyway,
there you go.
I mean, it's a cute little outfit.
Yeah,
yeah.
But that's basically Octoplant.
Pretty much without the leaf wings.
Yeah. But Octoplant's like a little more masculine, but just it has a flower skirt kind of. So like, has to be a girl. Knee-jerk reaction. Has to be a girl.
It's like a man face.
It has a man's face. That's a Japanese man's face that they used to make the mold of that. And a weird crown that's a flower. So they jump into the Zords, and the first time I wrote this down, it says, "Let's book this flower?" ? Kim says that. This time I heard, "Let's wilt this flower." Maybe that's what she said.
Probably.
Because "let's book this flower" definitely doesn't make any sense.
Those are two words that sound very different.
Yeah, well, air conditioning was on, and like,
right.
I'm an idiot. So like, I was taking notes probably the first time. I had no excuses.
Right, I get it.
And then I have another note that I don't know what it means. It just says, "Oh no, Gazord."
Is that when he gets wrapped up? And he's all like...
Maybe? I don't know what it...
I'm sad that they can't see that.
Yes, Josh did a very accurate impression of Megazord being
It was
all
basically
traps.
just that, but me.
Yeah. Turns out Megazord's weak to vegetables, guys. It's,
Yeah, because Billy says a weird thing. They punch it.
Right, it does like nothing.
And Billy's like, he's made out of mostly vegetable matter, so our punches do nothing.
And
That doesn't make sense. If I punch a cucumber, I'm going to damage that cucumber.
That cucumber's going to have a fist imprint in it. Megazord's weak to vegetables, which is weird. Let's move on. They get knocked over by the vines. And Trini, they're like, "This is bad." And Trini goes, "We're just sitting ducks right here." Like, she is so mad. She is so mad about being trapped by vegetables. I feel like
Trini is in charge of the arms. That's why she's so frustrated.
Right, okay. Because Billy is, like, systems.
Yeah. He's the one... Is he the one? No, isn't it Zach who's always talking about the shield power? Maybe it is Billy. So yeah, Trini's in charge of the arms, which are bound. So she literally can't do anything. She's getting so mad.
I think
it's like
Zach
if you keep
would be
dying,
in charge of the arms.
It's like if you keep dying at the same spot in a video game level, like you just can't get past it. You just get frustrated.
That stupid little Sniper Joe just keeps popping up no matter when you jump. He just kills you every time. So they call the Megazord, which now they're calling it the Megazord.
It is now just the Megazord.
It's not the Power Sword anymore because that's Jason's. It took them 40 episodes, but now it's the Megazord.
It took them all of the source footage. Now they figured it out.
It's just a weird thing to like wait so long because they call it the Megazord in like the second or third episode. Maybe like the fourth.
Don't they call it the Mega Power Sword?
At one point.
Like once, but that's like kind of clunky.
Yeah, it's way clunky.
But now it's just the Megazord. We'll see if it stays that way or not. Who knows?
So I'm
still waiting for Goldar's voice to revert for an episode for no reason.
Right? Where it's like the guy doing it is like off. Like
that happens. We were watching the Ninja Turtles cartoon a while ago.
Yeah.
But I mean me and Session, and by a while ago I mean like years.
Right.
Like a year or two. And like there's one episode where Raphael's voice actor is just a different guy and he's awful.
Oh, Rob Paulson just didn't show up
Yeah,
that day?
like it happens a few times. Like there's a couple where Shredder is a completely different guy trying to be Uncle Phil being Shredder. It's really weird.
That's weird. I still can't get over that Uncle Phil was Shredder.
Yeah, the original Teenage Mutant Turtles is a
Strange beast.
it's a bad cartoon in a great way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They fight the Easter Bunny at some point.
Eventually.
Yeah.
I don't think I got that far. I don't know.
They definitely fight the Easter Bunny. That's like a thing I vividly remember. Or they team
Well, there's
up with Easter Bunny.
Usagi Yojimbo. He's not the Easter Bunny. He's a bunny warrior from a parallel universe.
Yeah, no. There's like the literal Easter Bunny is in an episode.
I don't remember that.
I think
so
it's
I
like
don't
in
know if I
season
got-
10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get that far. yet.
Anyway, it's just one of the only things I vividly remember. That show was on for 10 years.
Yeah.
Good for you, original Ninja Turtles. It was going until 98.
There's also a lot of times where like
96.
the wrong voice comes out of the wrong turtle.
Because one of them was colored wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. It happens.
I mean, they were doing this all by hand. It was the 80s. So
Yeah.
yeah.
You do what you can. You make it work.
There's a new one on Nickelodeon. I think I've mentioned this before, but it's really
It's
good.
super good.
Yeah.
Josh Peck does the voice of Casey Jones.
Really?
Yeah.
Saw a recent picture of him.
Josh Peck?
Yeah.
Yeah, he leveled up.
Puberty was like, no, I got you.
You're going to have some rough years, but
I looked the same but taller. Josh Peck was like,
I'm not even taller. I'd look a
Josh
lot.
Peck won puberty.
I'm a lot different.
I came out unscathed. Like,
I'm a lot different, mainly because I'm not skinny anymore. Like I'm not like a big dude. I'm sure there are pictures of me somewhere you can find.
oh, on our Facebook by now, there's the picture of me, you, and JDF.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. By the time this is up, yeah, it should be up.
good. You can see Josh panic and just revert to handsome guy.
I'm not panicking. I'm just having a good time.
You're just photogenic.
I'm just
that's
really
all.
happy to be here. Or there.
We
not
had a
here.
plan, Josh. Anyway, back to puberty for 1 second, because I know that's why you guys tune into this. Basically, once I turned 12, I grew 4 inches, and then I stopped. I went from 5 feet to 5'4", stopped, and I haven't grown since. And then the only growing I did is my bones got denser, and my shoulders kind of fixed itself. So I didn't look like a skinny little kid. I looked like just a shorter man
I look like
With
a
a-
tall, skinny little kid.
with a barrel chest now.
So,
But here we are. Could be worse.
yeah.
Could be a lot worse. You should trade your insides in for a new model and your back.
Agreed.
But other than that, could be worse.
Get one of those fancy robot backs.
Yeah.
It's all hydraulics.
Getting out of bed is a breeze.
Push a button in my hip and I just spring up.
So then we go back to the park because they beat Lilymon. They cut it into pieces with the sword.
Octo plant.
They no, it's Lilymon now. And they're all sweaty when they get back. I don't know if you noticed that.
I didn't.
They're just all sweaty now.
That's
they
weird.
were working up a sweat in there. But now, what was Kimberly wearing part 2? You guys have to go to the Tumblr for this because I do not know how to explain it. It's a pajama.
We start out down the hallway, like a ways away, watching
Yeah.
them come down the stairs, and I was like, Kimberly's in her pajamas and a dress.
Yes, a pajama dress.
But we get closer.
It's
and
not a
I'll
dress.
I'll let you take it from here because this is your segment.
Yes, it's a onesie that has pants,
Really baggy hammer pants.
really super baggy pants. That's like if someone took a dress designed to sleep in,
Like a night
a
shirt.
night shirt.
Or a nightgown.
like Uncle Olaf's nightshirt.
But turned it into pants.
But it's flowery, and then they just cut it down the middle, turn that into pants, let Kimberly go to school in it.
On the flip side,
What was Trini wearing this time, Josh?
I'll tell you. But first I'm going to tell you why I haven't been doing this segment the whole time.
Right.
Or why I'm starting it now without actually just coming out and saying it because it's like a sad thing.
Right.
Extenuating circumstances. I'm a human with a whole life outside of this. And like some stuff has happened.
Right.
And now I can talk about how beautiful Trini is. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Leave it there.
Trini is where she killed me. This is the first episode where I think she killed me, so this is a really good time to
Yes.
come in with this. She's wearing a denim jacket.
Always a plus.
Yeah.
Like anytime. She looks good in blue. She looks really good in blue.
Yeah. Anytime, and this is one of those times, anytime she has a skirt with like just her legs out underneath it. Oh. Anyway, she's wearing a denim jacket. It's like a yellow, I don't know if it's a tank top or a tube top.
It's like a crop top, I think.
'Cause you can definitely like see her belly. And then she has like a yellow skirt with like a bluish kind of flower pattern on it.
Yeah, and not like a flower pattern, but like flowers, like like blue sunflowers, if that makes any sense.
Because the skirt is yellow, so the
they
flowers can't be. And then she has like yellow scrunched down socks and just like regular shoes on. She's killing it.
It works.
Yeah.
It's working.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before now, Trini was just wearing window curtains. So like, there were a couple of times.
That super big sweater.
Yeah.
I love it. But like this, I don't know. And then, okay, let's do a segment we haven't done in a while. Truly Watch.
There's a little bit, something happened earlier in this episode.
She says something like to Billy.
Yeah, Billy says something and she's like, oh, good one.
Yeah. And then now she's wearing a lot of blue.
Now she's wearing a lot of blue.
I don't know. I'm not going to say Truly Watch, Truly sighting. Truly, a fuzzy Truly in the woods looked back at us. We got a picture of it.
Big zipper down its back.
What if Bigfoot is just blurry? Like, what if that's a real picture of Bigfoot and it's blurry? That's even scarier.
That is very scary. I don't know what I would do if a thing that existed was just blurry.
Was blurry? You panic and run away forever. You never stop running.
But if it's just blurry, then it can just be anything. Like, it obviously doesn't listen to physics.
Right.
Otherwise, I'd be able to focus on it.
Or it's more megapixels than your eye can handle.
Don't start that. I read a thing.
On megapixels?
Sort of. It was basically like it's a theory that's like we live in a simulation, like kind of like the Matrix.
Yes.
And it's like as a society advances, it creates a simulation. As a simulation advances, it creates a simulation, and it just goes on forever.
Right.
We have discovered basically what is a pixel, like the smallest unit of that a thing can be in the world that we live in.
That you can.
Okay. So our world has a resolution. That's weird.
Yeah.
Like
our eyes, I read the other day, are the equivalent of 536 megapixels. Right.
Right.
Which is, I mean, like an average human eye, anyway. Right. Which is just like stupid, right? Like that's a lot of megapixels. You explained megapixels on the podcast, right?
Have I?
I don't know if you have. If you have, go back and listen for it if you don't get this joke. If you haven't, we'll explain it later.
Somebody who's listened to all the episodes, email us and let me know if I've mentioned it before.
But
it's a funny story.
There's another theory. We're going long, but let's talk about this.
Let's talk about theories.
Let's talk about this. So there's another theory that I read in a comic book, but it's based on something called monster group theory, and that's basically like the world is two-dimensional. You are two-dimensional. I am two-dimensional.
Sure.
But we see in 3 dimensions because of the ways that the two-dimensional planes connect. Like wherever they connect, there's like a million of them. There's 100, and there's like third-dimensional space. We're actually in 193,888 dimensional space. Right? It's too many to think about. And that is basically everything is flat, and the fact that we can see everything as 3D is like a glitch.
Okay.
That's one theory, and that like we might like the simulation thing is once the possibility for there to be a lifelike simulation occurs, the odds that you are in a simulation is 50%. Right. Immediately, and like what if we are? How do you?
Yeah. What if we are?
What if we are, guys?
So like, and we're on The Sims 4, so like we're getting there on making our own.
Right.
So like.
That's weird.
It's very weird.
Like,
don't think about it too much.
Because like if you,
because then you'll start to just question everything. And
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
I've been an existentialist since I was 13.
That thing I told you about the second clock on a hand, or the second hand on a clock.
Yes,
I'm an idiot. I don't know why I speak like that.
Happens to all of us.
The thing is, like, and I know this happens to everybody. There's weird things that like happen to me that I don't realize happen to everybody until I read about them. So I don't talk about them.
Because what if it's just you?
Yeah, what if it's just me? And then everyone looks at me like I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
But like you'll look at a clock and it'll look like the second hand just like stops for too long, or like you look and it looks like it's at the spot that it's at for too long, that's actually just your brain generating a false memory, and it actually moved within that time.
It moved forward, but you remember it being where it is for a second longer.
Because the only time you're only looking at something in the current time, basically for whatever the tiniest measurement of time is. Yeah. Other than that, everything is in the past.
There's I have like one existential crisis a week where just like I read something or I think of something, and like I have to lay down for a little bit because like I've been an existentialist which existentialism basically boils down to everything starts like your soul is just a thing that is in your body. Like you don't necessarily have a soul. It's hard to explain. It's books, guys. Basically, everything is. That's the main thing. Is everything is. Nothing exists slightly. Nothing is a little bit real. It just is or it isn't. But like certain things, based on the way that you perceive them, like via existentialism, get weird, right? And then you start thinking about yourself in the greater picture, and then the Animaniacs song pops in your head, and we're just a piece of macaroni. We mean nothing. But like the most recent one that I panic about almost daily, and not panic because I've gotten good at putting it down, but like it just is a thought that freaks me all the way out, is that when you look in a mirror, you're not seeing your reflection because it's reversed, right? What makes the horizontal plane so special? Like, why wouldn't it also reverse up and down? Right. You're not seeing your reflection. You're seeing what the front of you would look like from the back. Yeah. That is so terrifying. Why did I have to read that?
Why do we read these things? Because now it's like, what if my entire life is just like,
what if
not exactly? What if I just made all that up?
Yeah,
it's weird.
Because you can't prove anything past this moment. Like anything before then could just be something that you made up. And like I can't prove that you're a real person.
You can't.
Because I only know that I'm here right now. Like you could be a construct of whatever simulation this is.
Right.
Look, I mean, I'm not saying I have a terrible life, but I'm not where I want to be. What if this is a very realistic video game and my player sucks? What if this is the equivalent of me playing a football game and I was like, oh, I can't just get a job. How do you just get a job?
You keep running the wrong way.
They're like, oh man, that guy's. You're writing comics? How did you get that? Where's the? I don't know the input to get that.
Which skills do I have to bring up to write?
What do I put points in?
Because like your writing skills are pretty high, I would imagine.
I'm very good at it.
My writing skills are garbage.
I just haven't. My
player put no time into writing.
It's the figuring it out part.
I'm level 28, and I'm garbage at writing.
Or my player's just lazy, so he's like, "Oh man, retail's super easy to get into. Look at the percentage of getting a job in retail. I'm just gonna get one there." And then he got super good at some stupid retail stuff.
Right. At least your player is like you're not homeless because your player just like is away from keyboard for so long.
That's why there's homeless people, because their players have lives and jobs. As soon as your player figures out there's something other than this game, you go homeless.
All right. How did Power Rangers get us here?
I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Let's continue.
We're just about done. Kimberly is wearing pajama onesies. Everything went to heck.
So Trini decided, if you're going to wear that, I'm going to be pretty today.
Right. We can trade. You can wear the curtains. I have a pair of pink curtains that I can't use here. Right. You figure it out. And then... How did we get here? And then, so they're in the classroom. Mr. Cowbell's like, I walked by the thing today. Everybody's plants look great. And then Bulk and Skull come in. They're covered. By the way, at some point, their porta potty was taken away.
Yeah, they were on the back of a truck.
Like, there was like a little shutter, and then they were on a truck. Like, they didn't tilt or anything. Which maybe there's like a pulley.
Maybe
a...
Didn't look like on that truck that there was. I don't know. Maybe there was just two really strong guys.
Just like super quick, strong guy. I don't know. But anyway, point is, they spent the night in a porta potty that they could not unlock, and then they were thrown into a dumpster in the porta potty. Was the porta potty emptied into a dumpster? It
sounded like they just dumped the porta potty into a dumpster.
Like
they're there, they're all dirty, but they're not like they're covered in what I guess passes for poop.
Yeah, it is never mentioned, but it's.
But there's like also like leaves and like the brown stringy things from the top of corn,
and like kind of a net.
a little bit of a
skull
net,
and like
but they smell awful.
yeah,
But
smell,
they don't know because they're nose blind to it by this point.
That you know what that word is? A nosnik.
Really?
Yeah, which is a lot more syllables than I think it should be. Because like
Yeah.
if you can't speak, you're mute.
I'm just gonna call it nose blind.
Nose blind. I call it nose deaf a lot, but I think that's from one of the Ocean's movies.
I don't know.
Anyway, so they can't smell themselves. Kaplan can though, and it kills him.
As can the Power Rangers.
Yes,
because
but
they're all like,
they're like, you smell bad. But then Kaplan dies. Kaplan smells this and is
because
immediately
he couldn't smell it until he walked over there and sniffed.
It's a very passive odor, but once you get at
And
it,
I thought because he stops, he's like yelling at them for being.
he
bullied.
does a weird thing.
He's yelling at them for being the slackers of the class
because they're
like,
late, and he's like, but then they're like, we should get an A+ for what we went through, and then then they end it, and then he goes, what's the matter? What's the problem here? And walks up to them. Like it's a weird line. They're like, we don't know what he should say.
But he walks up there while yelling at them, and then stops and sniffs. And I thought, because it's a running gag at this point, is that his toupee just falls off. It comes off and like falls in the punch or whatever. So I thought he was going to sniff, and his toupee was just going to go like whoop whoop whoop, and then he was going to fall
like it's
over.
attached to a fishing line, and someone just yoinks it off. Of him. Instead, he went like his eyes rolled backwards, and he just fainted. Because of how bad they smell, and was waste management so poor in 1994?
It sounds awful because they just dumped poop into a dumpster.
They're like, "Oh, bring the
Not
porta
poop,
potty."
like this waste potpourri from a porta potty. Poopery, which is an
actual product that does not sponsor us, so we're not going to talk about them anymore. Poopery, get at me. Literally.morphgrid@gmail.com. That's only half of a joke. Anyway, that's the episode. Kaplan's dead. R.I.P. in peace, Mr. Kaplan. He's not. He just fainted. But, I mean, he probably hit his head. He might have a concussion.
He fell straight back.
Yeah.
So
I hope he's fine.
We'll see him
We'll
again.
find out on Friday. Final thoughts. Not good. Not a good episode.
It's just, it's an episode.
Yeah.
You know?
There's something that I started listening to the Ranger Danger podcast a little while ago. I held off on it. I was like, they're exactly us. Like, that's the same formula as us. I can't listen to it. But I was like, we're way ahead. If I just start now, I'll probably never catch up, right?
Sure.
And I haven't, but the way I listen to podcasts, I could probably catch up pretty soon. But they said something in like the first couple episodes where they're like, we haven't gotten to one of those classic Power Rangers episodes that you think of when you think of the Power Ranger formula. And I think we just did. I think we finally got to the formula.
Because there's kids doing stuff. Putty fight. Monster fight. Giant monster fight. Kids finishing stuff.
Right. Which has happened before, but not in this way.
But this is just so much them just doing
it's
that.
so mailed in. Like, I don't know.
When someone says, Power Rangers, immediately I'm like, oh, the episode with Pudgy Pig. And then from there, like, my brain snowballs. But, like, that's the start for me.
Right, exactly. Because that's my first episode. It's your first episode.
That's my default episode of Power Rangers.
And it's like the most Power Rangers episode there is.
Yeah.
Like at least as of right now.
For us anyway.
Yeah.
Like depends on what your first episode is, I guess. I don't know.
Because like when you say Power Rangers, like if you just like in a void, you just say Power Rangers and I have to like word associate, the first thing I'm gonna think of is Zeo. Because like I mean we'll talk about my experience with Zeo. But like that was a very important thing to me because it was like one of like at the time the most important thing in my life is now changing, and I have to live with that. But then it got really good. Like
Zeo's really good.
It got really. And like,
I didn't see Zeo until I was like 27.
Yeah,
and it's my favorite season of Power Rangers.
It's so good. I was just thinking about it today because like I mean, what else am I gonna do at work?
No, I get you.
But I was like like the best season of Power Rangers for me is in space. The best episodes are all in Zeo.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a lot of fun when we get there. We have to get to the Thunderzords first, and then we pay for all the fun we have in Zeo by having Turbo right afterwards.
But then we get in space.
Then we get in space. Then we get Lost Galaxy. Peaks and valleys, guys. Life is peaks and valleys. So is Power Rangers.
I don't think Lost Galaxy can be as bad as Turbo was. There's like 4 good episodes of Turbo. There's one where they get baked into a pizza. That's stupid.
I think you need to read that again. There's an episode where they get baked into a pizza.
It's dumb. They're just flopping around in a giant pizza with.
They're
covered in cheese.
Is it dumber than them being trapped in a cocoon?
It's a different. Yes, it is because like that monster
is a pizza monster.
Would make cocoons. This one is a pizza.
But there's an episode where they're like, "How dare you try to turn kids evil with the power of baseball?" There's a Jacket episode. Like I'm gonna defend Turbo until we're there. I'm gonna defend it because Turbo holds a soft spot in my heart.
Well, 2 of the best Power Rangers episodes are the Turbo finale.
Are Chasing in Space. Yeah.
So, but I mean, it's not all bad. But man, we gotta go through a lot to get there.
Kiss a lot of toads before you get there.
Even like changing of the guard, because like
changing of the guard just all of a sudden happens.
It's like now there's new Rangers, so the fact that this is as goofy as it is a little bit more okay. But then those Rangers make the best overall season of Power Rangers.
Yeah, it's
so like Turbo is just this really weird transition
between good stuff
based on a parody series.
Yeah,
so
and like. We're talking a lot about Turbo and In Space, but like they were about to be canceled, and so they're like, "Do whatever you want with In Space. You're done."
Right.
And then whoever was in charge that season went, "Challenge accepted," and they used very little Mega Ranger footage. Like the Mega Rangers bad guys are in one episode. Like the putties are in one episode as like a simulation that came to life, and that episode's really good. But like they use a whole different thing. All the astronomer stuff, completely new. Like it's.
Yeah, well, not just with Zed, because King Mondo, Machine Guy, that's all source footage. But like Zed's an American villain.
Yeah,
Divatox is an American villain.
I wonder who's the villain for Master Vile's the villain for season 2 for Die Ranger. Yeah. Or whatever his counterpart is. Anyway, we've been talking for like an hour and a half. Hopefully, I can cut out a half an hour.
A lot.
Don't bank on it. morphingrid.tumblr.com is our website. Go there. I did this at the beginning. If you want to email us, you can do that at lilius.morphingrid@gmail.com. We're on Twitter at morphingrid. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/themorphingrid. And we're on iTunes if you want to leave us a rating review. We get 2 more. We get a score, and then more people will see it because we'll be featured because we'll actually have a score, which a lot of podcasts don't get to. From what I've seen, unless it's a super popular podcast, like some of them just don't get things. And we have 3 5-star reviews. That is banging. That's
pretty cool.
We're killing it right now. Thanks to you guys for listening. Thank you for putting up with this. This is a weird episode because it's like us getting back into the swing of things.
We started talking about other stuff because this episode of Power Rangers was a little boring.
Yeah, and I think if you go back to the archives, you'll find that happens. Like there's an episode, I forget when it was. It was like right around 27-ish, somewhere in that area, where like I kept stalling. I just kept stalling and talking about anything else. I talked about like a bunch of like lighting facts. Like
that sounds boring.
It is.
You probably did it in an interesting way.
I like to think
I don't
so.
remember. That was a long time
That
ago.
was more than 6 weeks ago. How would you possibly expect it to remember? But anyway, thank you for listening. This is the Morphin Grid. I've been Jake.
I'm Josh.
And until next time, may the power protect you.
If I just don't.
Then we're going to be sitting in Schrodinger's episode.
How long do I have to not come back until you just come back?
About 1 more minute.